losing people. Where's Dave when you need him?
Where's Dave? Dave's right down here. Yeah, he's not very far.
He's not going anywhere.
Katie, if Dave
All right, well,
At least
I have-
everybody's here for the group photo.
I have,
so.
yeah, the group
That'll
photos.
be good.
I've got 7 o'clock on my watch here. So we will call this meeting to order. This meeting is being recorded by Chelmsford Telemedia, as well as our trustee secretary as well. So we'll, first item on the agenda is open session, citizen concern. So I just wanted to have a big round of applause for our agent who's going to be departing soon. So guys, Katie, we appreciate everything. All right. And then I see no open session citizen concerns out there tonight. So moving right along, we have under the regulatory hearings, we have an amended notice of intent, request to continue with respect to 45 Richardson Road. That was a plan to construct a 2-story addition with a retaining wall and patio. So we need a motion to continue. What are we looking at for a date, though,
Mr.
Dave?
Chairman, I
Dave,
want to discuss this issue, even though it's not a hearing. And if we can't discuss it here, I'll discuss it at the end.
Yeah, we can't really discuss it because it's a posted hearing.
Well, it's a procedural discussion.
Okay.
I need to understand, because town council has said it's a conservation commission matter
Yep,
pertaining to the issue of PFAS.
yep.
So I want to understand what authority we have, what we can and what we can't do, because I don't know. For example, some evidence indicates that there may be PFAS on the site because the North Water District says they have PFAS on their land. I believe the town says there's traces of it in the dog park and in the DPW. Well, those areas surround this property. Now, so if there is PFAS on the site, what does that mean for this application?
So I did
was
talk
doing
to,
You've been able to hear from
Katie.
I talked to
DEP?
DEP on the phone. So the most I'll say about it is what DEP told me what we can and can't do. As far as talking about Water District, I don't think we should because Bruce Harper asked what was going on tonight and I said it was continuing without deliberation. So
Right.
I think we'll leave out any Water District information and monitoring wells and whatever they have going on for the next meeting. But as far as what you can do as a commission, since there's no hard evidence of PFAS on this site specifically, you cannot deny a project on an if basis. So you can't deny this project because there could be PFAS that might affect something.
We can't do it, we can't, based on circumstantial evidence.
No.
We can't ask that there be a test performed on the site?
You can ask, but it's not, you can't require it, and you can't.
If we can ask, can we ask that the town underwrite the cost of testing? So it's not the homeowner's cost? Because this is a town-wide issue. This is not an issue
Yes,
for 45
but the
Richardson
homeowner
Road.
would have to agree to it. So if they don't want to, you can't take that into consideration with your vote on this
I mean,
addition.
The state regs are pretty clear that conservation commissions are responsible for water without any definition. Right?
But speaking to DEP, you don't have any proof that there's PFAS on their property.
Could we ask for proof that there isn't?
We do have, I mean, there's no,
Can I make a comment?
Well,
Not for nothing, but
yeah, but we really shouldn't be.
supposedly the dog park levels are decreasing, but the areas that are on 54 are increasing. So we don't know where it's going.
But anyway,
we-
guys,
we
can't
shouldn't
really,
talk
we cannot
about
talk about
levels.
this hearing, you know?
Yeah,
So
we
we're
really
good- so
shouldn't
we're
talk
good-
about it.
All I want to do, Chris, is I want to get an understanding of what authority
Yeah.
we do have,
So-
so that we don't keep delay. when the applicant comes back, all of a sudden, we're gonna have this discussion, and we're gonna delay it again for him.
So
I'd like to be able to give the applicant some clear indication
Yes.
of what we can and can't do.
I just told, so
Yep.
DEP says you cannot deny a project because something could happen.
I understand. I'm not talking about denying it. I'm talking about asking for more information, which we always do.
You can ask for
Yeah.
them to do whatever you want them to do, but you can't require it. You
That's
can't
funny,
require
because we
it.
can require applicants to do other stuff. We can require them to reflag the wetlands, right? We do that all the time.
What you can do is if it needs dewatering, you can require them to go do a special type of dewatering.
Or could we, suppose they're going to do some site work and they're gonna take off 12 inches of topsoil. Can we require that anything that's removed from there be tested? I mean, that we're doing that in a sense up at, on Dunstable Road, right, where they're putting in the 6 houses.
That's already under a 21E
I
study.
understand, but there's an indication of where the applicant was told, anything that you uncover that has got crap in it, you gotta notify somebody, right? And they already have.
It's through the Board of Health.
Yeah, so,
I mean-
that's
The
all
town
I'm
did
saying.
not ask for a 21E up at Dunstable Road, did it? They did that themselves, the lender did it, basically.
I think that's what I heard. So that's
But
all,
that's,
Chris.
that's all I can really say
Alright,
because.
So, without getting specific about
Because
this one.
remember, the selectmen booted it to us on 45 Richardson Road.
Yeah.
They didn't want anything to do with it.
It's our jurisdiction. Yeah. Anyway, so we need a continuance here without any testimony or deliberation, please.
I move do you have a date?
17th August.
I move we continue the hearing on 45 Richardson Road until August 17th.
Motion by Dave, seconded? Seconded by Chris. Any comments before we continue? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? None. All right, unanimous. Very good. Okay, next up on the agenda is a request for certificate of compliance with respect to 30 Shed Lane.
So,
That drive, like, not on this agenda?
no, it was continued to the 17th.
That's what I thought, but
Yeah.
it showed up on the agenda that I
Oh, it
just
did?
downloaded, yeah.
No. Yeah. That's probably because of that autosave thing on Word. No, but it's definitely, we continued it to the 17th at the last meeting, so.
Which one was that?
I'll just
10
eliminate
Technology.
Oh, right.
notices.
Yep. All right, this is 30 Shed Lane. Katie, you were about to say?
30 Shed Lane is part of, we did a COC at the last meeting for that subdivision off of Moore Street and Marshall Street. This is another house that's being sold out of it, needs a partial release. For their lot, they haven't done any new work. They do have a buffer zone in their yard, but they haven't done anything new since the
How
original.
old is it?
This one's 85, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. And the lot's clean.
Should be stabilized by now, huh?
It
Hope so.
looks pretty stabilized.
So I was saying
Trees
that-
are grown in.
As I was saying at the outset, I think we saw this one because they put an in-ground pool in.
They did,
Which
Yeah.
was in the buffer zone.
yeah.
And back then, we did approve it, so.
Yep.
And we didn't have any problems with it.
All right, any other questions? Questions, motion to approve?
I move that we issue a certificate of compliance for 30 Shed Lane, DEP number 1290176.
And moved by Dave, seconded by Chris again. Any discussion? None, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous. All right, great, so that one's done. On to our discussion, there's a Red Wing event request.
Yep, this is for September 16th. This is Lockheed Martin's annual
yeah.
employee
Oh,
appreciation
good.
event. They put up a big tent and they need overnight use just for the tent installation, so it'll be installed the day before. What do they say they have?
The tent would be on that property? On theirs or on our property?
On Red Wing, yep. I mean, it says 400 participants, so
Could be a big tent.
This is the second or third year? 'Cause they-
third, I think.
Yeah, and they,
This is-
both times they did a neat job and they really cleaned the place up afterwards and we didn't hear any complaints.
Yeah.
Yep, so it's 8 to 3 on September 16th, and she said,
Are they
she
gonna
said it
need-
all depends on COVID, how it goes.
Yeah, are they gonna need a
restrictions.
fire, do you know?
Nope, nope, doesn't say any of that.
Any other questions?
They'll
Anybody?
probably have a cop to get people across the street.
They
Because
usually
they'll
do.
probably use their parking lot.
Yeah.
I move that we issue an event request approval for Lockheed Martin on September 30th at Russell,
Red Wing?
what?
September 16th. What was it?
September 16th.
September 16th.
September
yeah.
16th at Red Wing Farm.
Okay, motion by Dave to approve. Do we have a second on that?
Second?
Mark on the second. Very good. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None unanimous. All right, very good. That's Red Wing. And now the group photograph.
You want to do the land management first, and then we'll just gather at the end to do the
All right,
picture?
yeah, we can do that.
So we don't have
We can
to
do that.
shuffle.
Yeah, we can do that, yeah. I mean, people looking pretty good right now, but we can wait
Yeah,
a bit. you know.
just keep looking good.
I hairsprayed my
You
hair
all
because
wore
I knew that.
collared shirts,
I
like
mean, you know,
colors of.
yeah, you know, we're looking
Look at
pretty.
that.
you know,
Green.
And Dave's
It's
got his
all the
hoodie, so, you know, we're all set.
You just look gangster.
All right, we'll table the group photo. On to the continual business of land management. So, Carl, land management report, please.
Sure. We got notified today by Scott Ludwig that the flagging has been done, Warren Poll. The work plan is being completed perhaps today, so that we should start to see some more action being done there to get that done. Dave has sent the conservation restriction document to the land trust
I've not heard back.
yesterday or very
Friday.
recently. Friday, was it Friday? Okay. And town council had reviewed it in the meantime, so we were okay.
Good.
So we will have some discussion. The plan is to have a sit-down discussion on this at some point in the future on that.
Good.
That's really all I can remember on Warren Poll. On Russell Mill, Dave, you want to talk through the
Yeah,
parking?
we may have mentioned the last meeting that we had an inquiry, the town manager had an inquiry from Chelmsford Youth Soccer, which was given to us. There are certain times during the soccer season, primarily on Saturdays and in the fall timeframe, where they have a lot of soccer going on, and you may or may not know, there are about 52 identified parking spots at that lot. And now, with the use of the soccer fields by the Soccer Association and the use of Russell Mill by the New England Mountain Bike Association and the use of the public, particularly for biking, there's a lot of public, Chelmsford residents who use it to bike.
And non-Chelmsford.
It's apparent to everybody that more parking is needed just for Saturday, not, well, although if you're gonna put in more parking, obviously, it's gonna be used for all the times. What we've taken a look at is the area which used to be the main entrance to the reservation behind the fire gate at the back of the parking lot. If there's a dirt driveway in there, if you go down that driveway in towards the entrance, if that's cleared out, it's a circular area, we think we could probably get, how many, 20 to, maybe as many as 20 spots there. There's an obvious embankment on the right-hand side that goes down to the river, so we could clear to that embankment, and maybe, if needed, we could put a low chain link fence of some kind there. On the left side going in, there is an existing chain fence that's covered by brush and stuff. So we could clear cut to the left and the right, clear cut all the way down. At the very end of that entrance, there is a granite sign that says Russell Mill Reservation, which is, you can't really read. So clear that all out so you can see the sign. Considered posting two signs now, one in the main parking lot that would say soccer and public parking, and then one for this back lot that I just described that says overflow parking. The gate would have to be opened probably on Saturday morning and closed. It's not locked now, but remember, historically, the reason we shut that lot down is because it really is out of sight, and it's a great place to go drinking. And that was why we originally shut it down. We'll notify the police and the fire what we're going to do. On the main parking lot itself, there's enough street grindings down that was put down to make the bed for the parking lot, that we think we could spray paint parking spots that would last a season, because it's not gonna last forever, because it's not asphalt. And the problem with that parking lot is, the first guy in kind of sets the pattern for the parking for the day, and it becomes haphazard, and so it becomes inefficient in terms of parking. So we think that we can, we think that we can straighten that out a bit. We'll clear cut the brush back to the kiosk. We're gonna move there's boulders and a fire gate there. We'll swap them, which will make the entrance to the back lot clearer, and it may create 1 or 2 spots up on the right. And we'll also clear away the brush to the left of there are 2 storage sheds off the main parking lot, which the youth soccer people use. We'll clear all the brush to the left of that, and in front of the kiosk, which is now the entrance to the new wildflower garden that Cost has started to construct. So those things, I think, will create enough space. We'll get help from NEMBA, and we'll get help from Chelmsford Youth Soccer, and we'll get help from some other individuals to help us do the clear cutting.
Good.
Once you guys okay for it, what I'll do is I'll notify NEMBA and I'll notify Chelmsford Youth Soccer, this is the proposal, and get their buy-in for it.
You want to vote tonight?
Yeah, the big concern I have is that because that place is used for 3 different groups, that the one group, the first priority has to be for Chelmsford residents, whether it's Chelmsford Youth Soccer or it's residents to the public. NEMBA has done a great job keeping the trails in the Russell Mill Reservation clear, and I don't want to shortchange them, but we do have to make sure that Chelmsford residents get first cut. And as we understand it, it's only a problem for maybe 6 to 8 weeks in the fall, from September to the end of October. And they're all gonna have to work at it. So, that's what we would like to do. Has anybody, excuse me, anyone got any other ideas as to what might be done out there?
Here's one thought, random thought I had, Dave, was for the people that bike out there at Russell Mill, is there any other adjacent area to the Russell Mill Reservation where we could have potential parking for them that might be out, not near the soccer fields, but somewhere even on another side? Nothing out there?
Remember, there is one other entrance to, 2 other entrances to Russell Mill.
It's not, there's no parking there.
Freeman Road, right, there's no parking there. And the other one is in Billerica,
Right.
at the end of Sullivan. It's Billerica, so we really couldn't encourage people to go there.
Sure, why not?
Well, the other thing was, both the soccer and the NEMBA people said the same thing, and said they had given that some thought. And, there's
Because-
Russell Mill down the road, there's the Mill Road, the old mill, but they
Nothing
they
for-
did some scouting and said.
So nothing, no auxiliary, I mean, with their bicycles, they could bike like from
Well,
an auxiliary
Chris,
site.
one problem that has arisen in the past is
Yeah.
people have started parking on Mill Road
Yeah, it's a
and
tough
riding
road.
bikes into the reservation
Yeah.
from Mill Road, and we don't want
That's a tough road.
cars on Mill Road.
Yeah.
Very tight.
That's the only random thought I had, was if there was like an auxiliary location somewhere where, we
Yeah.
could use it.
How
But
much of the
anyway.
land did the town keep on that property that was sold to Harvey?
1 acre.
Is there anything to do with that?
I can
Well,
do
that's where, yeah, there is. One option that we looked at was,
I can do.
2 options. One was to take those 2 storage sheds
Yeah.
and move them back, because we now own the land behind it.
Right.
And then allow parking in front of those 2 storage sheds, except that they want to get into the storage sheds on Saturday to get equipment. The other was to clear all the brush away to the right of the storage sheds over to the driveway. Those are 2 options as well. They would not create, the one that creates the most space is the back lot. Those two things would create more.
You might get 4 spots or 6
that's it?
spots. It
Okay.
just wouldn't,
Yeah.
you wouldn't get the benefit that you need.
So if you guys are in agreement with what we're trying to do, we'll notify them and we'll tell the town manager as well, and we'll
I
get
think
going.
what's good about this is there's nothing here that we can't backtrack on. You know, there's some work to do to clear up. But if we say, yeah, this isn't working, there's kids going in the back, whatever, we just close the gate and we say we're not doing that, we'll have to come up with something else. So I think it's, you know.
Hey,
other
takes
than
the
some-
pressure off, you know.
Yeah, other than some, you know, some work, and we do have to come up with a scheme for opening the gate on Saturday morning and closing it late on Saturday.
I mean, the gate's not locked, it's just shut, just closed, so I mean.
Because you don't want the gate open all week long.
Right.
At least right now we don't, so.
All right, so can we have a motion then to approve the plan that Dave's just articulated?
I move that we approve the plan as Dave just described
Very
for
good?
Russell Mill.
Yep, for Russell Mill parking situation. Motion by Carl, do we have a second on that?
Second?
Bill on the second, all right. Any further discussion? No discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None unanimous. Very good, thanks, Dave. Thanks, Carl. Anything more under land management?
No.
Okay. How about that thing up by me, Crooked Spring? How's that? Did that bridge come out pretty good?
The bridge got replaced back where it was, and I don't know if you know that it went off the rain knocked it off.
I didn't
Wrote it
know.
off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it wasn't there like a week, and
Wow.
but we had an extraordinary amount of rain, and
Yeah.
it got moved off, but it got put back on
Okay.
maybe 3 days later, 4 days, 5 days, a week later, something like that. It got put back on,
Okay.
but it's in good shape.
Shape.
There is work still to be done that I know COS has said they're going to work on it to put riprap or something to do the lead in to the
Yeah.
bridge, because it's not great, but that's it.
Big step up onto the.
Yeah, I'll also mention that Steve Mayotte and I were there a few days ago, and we did a lot of clearing on the Graniteville side. There is what's the technical word for shitload? There's a lot of
Wow.
Japanese knotweed up on that trail, on and we cut back, so, because it was at a point where you couldn't really walk through there without getting hit by the knotweed. We need to think about some kind of a longer-term plan there, I think. I don't know exactly what.
Long-term plan is to cut it down every year.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
about
be
all you
really
can do.
aggressive.
That's right, that's about all you can do.
Take it
But,
out, but
yeah,
that's
it's
impossible.
really, really
You ever
bad.
try to dig out the
No,
roots?
yeah, the
Yeah.
root ball's
Yeah, pull it out.
like 3 feet in diameter.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
not
it's like
good.
the size of this.
It'll
Table
destroy
there.
foundations, and it's not good.
That's only.
Anyway, it's really
only
bad.
in
It was
Britain.
really bad. We cut it back, but it's like, wait a month and it'll be,
Wow. All right.
so.
All right, well, thank you for the land management report. Then moving on, anything from anything reported from our agent?
No, I just want to say that I've enjoyed working with all of you for the past 6 years, and I'm really only leaving because I've commuted 100 miles a day for 6 years, and the opportunity to be closer to my family, to my son, and my house came up,
And your horses.
my horses, when there's an emergency, came up, and had to jump on it. So it's nothing personal.
We're
Well,
gonna
And if
miss
Chris
you,
is the
Katie.
chairman, I'll miss
Yeah,
all
you've
of
done
you.
it. You've done an excellent job.
you've done a great job.
Thank you.
Good for you.
And think of it, the combined service between you and your husband.
Yeah,
Really?
I know. What do we have like 9 years in together.
So now we
combined?
just have to bring your son along, kind of, he's a little, he's
Well,
got a little further
He's
development,
got-
but
maybe he'll be in here in
4 years,
maybe in like 20 years or
He's an
something.
applicant developer.
Don't let the door hit you in the butt, though, Katie. Get out of here.
Yeah.
now-
Hey,
Wow.
now listen.
Here more than you.
Now, the MACC, whoa.
I'm surprised you can even find the door to the room.
Oh, geez, zing. Whoa. All right. Okay, our agent's report. Bang.
Goes on with the bag.
All right.
Waltz straight into that one.
We're gonna miss you. Yeah, we're gonna miss you. Yeah. Right, Chris? Yeah. All right, minutes, out of the minutes, we've got the June 1st, 2021 minutes, the June 15th, 2021 minutes, and the July 6th, 2021 minutes.
Somebody's been
They're
busy.
not on the agenda.
Oh, they're not on the agenda?
Yeah, but
They're on this agenda.
Are they?
Yeah.
I didn't get posted then, because I just copied this off what's on the town website.
the minutes aren't on there?
7-6 is not on there.
Oh, 7-6 is not on there.
All right, we'll
Well,
verify
the
that.
other-
Well,
So the
under
7-1,
minutes.
the June 1, we did have a change that I don't see in here.
Really?
On the land management section, Dave brought this up in an email. Where am I? Am I looking at the right
I
place?
did the change on my copy.
Oh, you did.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, there's,
You remember what the change was?
there's a natural resource report that's not due to us until this fall. And the minutes said we had it in hand.
Okay.
If that's in the online version, then I'm good.
All right.
It's just this
So-
printed version.
So June 1st as amended. How about June 15th? Anybody questions on June 15th? We can take a couple minutes now and look at these minutes here. We have paperwork, Katie, we should be signing here?
We have the COC.
Okay. All right, any questions on June 15th? Motion to approve.
So move.
Motion by Dave to approve. A second on that?
Second.
Second by Carl. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any
Aye.
opposed? None unanimous. And one abstention. Gentleman here to the right. Chris Tamula.
Wasn't there?
Okay. And the July 6th. Do we have any further information on the July 6th minutes? Did they?
I mean, they're here, but apparently it's not on the online agenda, but it's on this one.
All
So
right.
I don't know if we wanna,
Well, it's,
I mean, it's under minutes, so
yeah.
it's a minute
It's-
set,
it's,
right? So.
Yeah, it's under minutes, so. Let's look at that for a minute and see if there's questions or anything, and if people are comfortable with proceeding forward. July
Do you have the
6th.
COC form over there?
I
Yeah.
got mine here.
Is that it?
I think I've got it.
I think it is
The
there.
July 6 minutes are the ones that have the date, the timing for the natural resource report. And it does say it in here.
Good.
It says the natural resource report will not be done until the fall. That's what we wanted. So that has been amended.
Good. Excellent. What do you think?
This is it, but where's the,
All right, well, the, back to the July 6th, 2021. We were so kind, right after that July 4th holiday, we were right in here, meeting again. I mean, how many boards did that, Dave, huh?
None.
None. All right, motion to approve. John, you look like you want to make a motion down there. Yeah, no?
I'll make a
Oh,
motion.
I was
Motion.
reading.
Okay, motion by Chris. All right, and do we have a second on that motion?
Second.
Yep, Dave on the second. Very quick on that draw. All right. And any discussion? No discussion. All those in favor?
Yeah.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous. All right, thank you, everyone. July 6th. So we got the minutes approved. And so we may have some paperwork to sign here.
yeah, it was paperclip to the front.
Up,
so.
up, here.
Ah,
take a
there
look
you
at
go. Oh, so
this.
just start, that's
We'll
it.
start
yeah.
with Dave.
I make a motion that we adjourn?
No, no. I
Group
say no.
photo.
Oh, yeah, we have to, all right. All right, we'll
Also,
table-
before we do
Okay.
that, I want to encourage Chris to talk with
Oh, yeah,
Paul
good point.
Cohen and/or Evan Belansky about the new conservation agent. Historically, the Conservation Commission has often participated in the interviewing process. It has not done it of late.
We did it for Katie, though.
Oh, Chris was in
We
there.
did it for Katie, and it was a good thing, I thought, because we had, Katie worked out so well.
It's important that I think that we have to the extent that we're available. I mean, not everybody's going to be available. The other is, I think we need to understand exactly what authority the Conservation Commission has in requesting the conservation agent to do things for itself. It's not clear in my mind. There's, in a sense, I believe the position has two bosses, One is the Director of Community Development, which I believe is primarily administrative and some technical. And then I think the agent also supports and reports to the Conservation Commission. If you read the job description for Massachusetts Association of Conservation Commissions, that job description indicates that the agent reports to the Conservation Commission and not to anyone else. That's maybe going too far. But I think we have an opportunity now to clarify it a bit, and to make sure that certainly the new person who comes in has an understanding of what's expected of them vis-à-vis us and vis-à-vis the town.
I think that's a very good point, Dave. I mean, it was 6 years ago, we participated in the interviewing process of Katie, and, met, I think we had 5 or 6 finalists at the time, but, I think that's important, because I think, like you said, I know at least a couple of the predecessors, I mean, we didn't have any kind of say in the selection, we just kind of found out about it, and, we had at least one bad experience there where things weren't aligned at all. So I think that's a great idea. So I think what I'll do is I'll follow up with probably Evan and Paul, express our interest in participating actively, and then we may, depending on people's schedules, but, I think it'd be good to have representation, right, from the commission here in that process, to Dave's point.
Good.
Tell you what's weird, the agent in Gardner actually interviewed me.
The agent in
The one that's leaving was in my
Really?
interview with the community development director.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of, I've never had that happen. Where
I
the old
thought you were going to
position-
say she's going to apply for your job in Chelmsford.
Oh, I suggested, no, I'm just,
Yeah, where's she live?
I don't know, but I thought, I've never had that happen where the current the position that's leaving interviews the incoming.
I've seen that in business.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I've never seen
If you
it.
have enough lead time on somebody retiring or something.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
different.
So that's a good point, Dave. Let's see, let's sign the paperwork here. Anything more, Dave? Because I thought that was really a good suggestion. Somebody started to make a motion. Did I hear a motion to adjourn?
Well, we got to take a picture, right?
Oh, the
We
picture.
can do that after adjournment if you want.
Oh, yeah, that's not. we
Because
don't
we're
have
gonna
to-
just
we don't have to-
cluster.
Then it won't be in the minutes.
Oh, all right, well,
You
whatever you
gotta
want to
put in
do,
the minutes
however you
that
want to
the
do
picture
it.
will be taken after
We're gonna
examining.
put it in the body of the,
Yeah.
minutes, it'll be done at the end of the meeting.
We'll each take a selfie and you can put them all together.
There you go, see, Photoshop,
It's the new age, right?
what you wish for.
Annual
All right, then
report
I-
has selfies.
I move we adjourn the meeting.
Dave's moved that we adjourn.
I second.
Seconded by Carl. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Unanimous. This meeting is adjourned.
Let's get a
Chelmsford
picture.
telemeeting.